Hello everybody, welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and we've got a jam-packed show for you this Friday. We're going to be doing win, lose or draw without Robbie, but he sent me in his predictions. We'll go about that as well. Big FA Cup weekend. Also, I'm going to be reacting to being called an idiot by Simon Jordan. Oh, yeah, there's worse people. But before we get into that, I want to just say the show really is about, look, we're going to have to praise Liverpool at some point. You're going to have to accept that they're going to be champions this weekend. They're going to beat Spurs. They're going to win the league. And that is a landslide, isn't it? 12 points clear at this point. Trajecting towards a very high points total. They're worthy champions. I'm saying it through gritted teeth. But who's going to be next? Who do you think is going to win it next? Because I think it's going to be Arsenal. I know it's somewhat difficult to predict it in April, but they're going to buy that striker. It's probably going to be Gyökeres from what I'm hearing. They're going to get Zubimendi by the sounds of it as well. I think those two quality players to a brilliant defence, a very good midfield. I just think, the experience they've got from the last few years, I'm just going to go Arsenal. I really do think Arsenal. Now, Liverpool are the unknown in the sense that first season for Slot winning that title, by the way. I don't actually think that gets enough conversation, really. I think to take over from Jurgen Klopp, who's a Liverpool legend, and take a team that he didn't win the league with, but was trying to build a team to win the league with, to come in with no transfers really, to get those players to perform for him and win the league so comfortably like that. He has to win Manager of the Year. I'm sure he is going to win Manager of the Year, but he has to as well. And I don't think it's been given the credit. I don't know why. I don't think that Liverpool have been given the praise they should have been given, especially in relation to what that manager has done. But this summer will be interesting because it's that second season syndrome. It's retaining a title which isn't easy, and it's a big summer transfer window as well. So I wouldn't say Arsenal are going to run away with the league next year, and as we've said, could Man City bounce back as well? So let me know who your thoughts are for the title next year. I think it'll be Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, top three in that order. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on that. Zubimendi looks like he's heading to Arsenal. They're going to get the striker, and I just think it makes them really, really strong. Obviously, they've got people like Saka and Odegaard who've had injuries this season. Declan Rice, brilliant defence. A couple of younger players coming through like Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly. I think there's a pressure on Arteta, but they might have won the Champions League by the time this next season starts. But yeah, I think Arsenal. We're going to go through the weekends, FA Cup, win, lose or draw, etc. as well. Get your comments in. Let us know what you think about next season's season and what you think about Liverpool and Slot this year. But just very, very quickly, this is what this community is all about. It's a big community. It's one I'm very, very proud of. I wasn't aware of this because yesterday I was actually away, which is why I've messed up doing the show with Robbie this morning because I was actually away last night. A bit of a late birthday treat. And I got sent this clip that Simon Jordan basically called me an idiot on Talk Shit. I mean, the irony is amazing. But he said, if you want to listen to idiots like Goldbridge effing and jeffing, content that's not seeded in knowledge, then, that's up to you. And this was all around the fact that I think Clive Tilsley had been moaning that, using three commentators and the commentators, like Rio Ferdinand and Robbie Savage shouting about, it's like fan TV. And then this was Simon Jordan's response to that with Jim White basically arrogantly demeaning everything that we are as fans. Apparently we're not seated in knowledge. We're not seated in knowledge, and it's just shouting and effing and jeffing. I mean, look, to be honest with you, I take it as a badge of honour. I don't even care. I'm not even bothered. I mean, the contradiction and hypocrisy is hilarious. He actually sits there for 2-3 hours a day taking calls from the public, who he often says, "Oh, yeah, really good point." So, have fans got knowledge or not? You're paid by an organisation that promotes stupid opinions to get people to call in and shout and everything like that. And, so I'm sort of lost on the contradiction that, fan content is for stupid people then, is it? The arrogance is incredible. But I'm not really bothered. I'm not really bothered, and I doubt you're really bothered. What I'm interested in is that, on this channel, there's very, very little effing and jeffing and shouting and screaming. It's literally a channel for everybody where we put daily content up on all sorts. I mean, me and Loz were talking about Eni Aluko yesterday and commentary ourselves. I don't like the 3-person commentary gantry. I like the old style, a Clive Tilsley or a John Motson and then an ex-player. I like that. So I agree with that. But what I do find funny is the arrogance of people who think they can sit there and project their dying content and tell us it's brilliant. Like, the reality is the numbers speak for themselves. The content numbers that we get on what we do on this channel are massive compared to the mainstream because fans are enjoying it. We enjoy the debates. Who's going to win the league next year? Is this the worst Liverpool champions ever, which we did the other day? Loads of people loved that debate. They loved the conversation. So, they can sit there on their high horse, telling everybody how great they are and what they should be doing, pontificating about, you shouldn't be listening to that. You should, I'd rather listen to ex-players because they know what they're on about. Well, I don't really think so. I've spent a lot of time around ex-players and I don't think they're any better than any of the people who are going to be getting the comments in here. I just think it's arrogance. And you know what it is? It's like a fish that's been taken out of water, flapping around for oxygen. They can be quite noisy, but actually they're dying. And I just don't, I've said many a time, I'm more than happy to sit and have a conversation with these people. And, maybe I am an idiot. Simon Jordan swallows a dictionary every morning so he can shit out a high-scoring word on Scrabble. I don't. I just sit and talk to people about football in the way I've spoken to people about football for years. And people quite like it. I don't pretend to be anything else. That's what it is. That's what we've built. Thank you very much. Right, let's get into win, lose or draw. And thank you as ever for everyone getting involved with the comments and supporting what we're building here. Chelsea against Everton. Right, so let me just frame win, lose or draw here. So me and Robbie each week go head to head and predict win, lose or draw for a Premier League game. We were 63-58 at the start of last week, and we are 69-64 after last week's results. A little bit of backward and forwards. He said that City would beat Villa. I said Villa wouldn't. There was a few other ones I got wrong and he didn't. He said Villa, Newcastle draw. I said Villa would win. But ultimately, I haven't closed the gap. It's still a 5-point gap. So weeks are running out. I've got to start eating into that. He sent me through his predictions, and we're going to go through them now. Chelsea against... So it's a 5-point gap between me and Robbie. He's not on this week because it's my fault, by the way. Not because Robbie was out on a date and forgot, like last time, which I'm making up anyway. I was actually out on a date and I forgot. With Mrs. Goldbridge, there's nothing extra marital going on there. She'd kill me. Chelsea, and I wouldn't do it. I'm in love. Chelsea versus Everton. We've both gone with a Chelsea win there. Brighton, and we are doing the FA Cup games last. Brighton versus West Ham. We've both gone with a Brighton win, so there's no differentials here. Newcastle against Ipswich, obviously both gone with Newcastle wins. Southampton against Fulham, both gone with Fulham wins. Wolves against Leicester, both gone with Wolves wins. We may as well not have bothered until this one. Bournemouth against Manchester United. Robbie's gone Bournemouth. I've gone with a draw. United about a week off, big game. I think we'll get a draw at Bournemouth. I nearly even said a win, but I'm going to go with a draw. Robbie's gone with a Bournemouth win. Liverpool against Spurs, they're going to win the league. Liverpool, we've both gone with the Liverpool win. And then it leaves with the FA Cup games. Palace against Villa. Robbie's gone Palace. I've gone Villa. And then City against Forest. Robbie's gone City. I've gone City. So we've only got two differentials this week. It's the Palace-Villa game where I've gone Palace. No, he's gone Palace and I've gone Villa. And then with the Bournemouth-Man United game, he's gone Bournemouth, I've gone draw. So at best, I'm only going to make 2 points up here. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the FA Cup this weekend. We're going to do both games watch-along starting tomorrow, Palace against Villa. I think that could be a close game. I think it could be a close game, but Villa should have the quality on a big pitch with that bench that they've got, and Palace obviously played on Wednesday. So I fancy Villa. They've got to rescue something from their season because is it safe to say that Villa probably are... Have you changed your mind on the top five? I know some of them aren't playing this week, like Villa aren't playing this week, and Man City aren't playing this week, and Forest aren't playing this week, and it's an opportunity for Chelsea and Newcastle to, take advantage of that. But obviously they've got their games in hand. I just look at it and I think if Newcastle win, which they will, and Chelsea win, which I think they will, that sort of leaves Villa 3 points off 6th, doesn't it? Yeah. So I think Villa might have messed up Champions League football for next season, but maybe I'm wrong on that. As for City versus Forest, I just think City have found some form. And funnily enough, I heard a story. What do you think about this, actually? This is a good little late one. I heard a story yesterday that Villa have been linked to Kevin De Bruyne. And I was in the pub yesterday talking to a Villa fan, and he was like, I don't know, he's 33, this, that, and the other. I went, but you're going to get Nipan, who's a young, potentially really good attacking midfielder. And then if you get Kevin De Bruyne, who's 33, is that not sort of perfect, where if De Bruyne is motivated for a year or two, and then you bring Nipan through, it's sort of like perfect, really? Because what I personally think City's renaissance in the last few weeks has been down to De Bruyne having a bit of a renaissance himself, maybe looking for a move. So, I don't know. Do you think there's another year in De Bruyne? Do you think he could do a job at Villa? I think if he could do what he's done the last few weeks next season, but then again, you're worried if he's a Willian, aren't you? Who's just doing it for a move. But yeah, I think City will have too much for Forest. I mean, that game hopefully will be a decent one, but I think it could be just defence against attack, like it was with Spurs. We'll wait and see. Anyway, get your comments in below. Lots for you to talk about there. Smash a like on the video, and we're back tomorrow with the watch-alongs. Looking forward to that. Take care. Thanks for watching.